Oklahoma lawmakers could soon be looking to Texas as they begin to craft a bill addressing illegal immigration.
Texas's controversial law, which is currently in legal limbo, allows law enforcement to arrest those suspected of crossing the border illegally and gives state judges the power to deport them. But some fear such a measure would lead to a workforce shortage in Oklahoma and create more division. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Kaylee Olivas is looking into it.
While the Speaker of the House hasn't publicly shared what this legislation would entail, the state attorney general is hoping this will only go after bad actors who are here illegally.
It is an epidemic in the state of Oklahoma. I'm not exaggerating.
I don't think that it is a crisis in Oklahoma.
We're talking about illegal immigrants in our state. It's now become such a hot topic across the U.S. that nearly 24 states, including Oklahoma, are demanding a more secure southern border. While Texas's efforts to allow local law enforcement to ask people about their immigration status has been stalled in federal court, Speaker of the House Charles McCall says, quote, Oklahoma is a law and order state and should be the last place illegal immigrants want to settle when they cross over the border. And so he, along with Attorney General Gentner Drummond, are working on legislation that would reflect the Texas law and add in language from a Florida law that imposes enforceable penalties for those employing illegal immigrants and invalidates ID cards issued to illegal immigrants in other states.
There are not the same type of illegal actors in the state of Texas and Florida as there is in Oklahoma. We have a unique need, and we need to be able to arrest, detain, and imprison or deport those actors that are breaking our laws.
Drummond envisions a plan where the arrested migrant would serve 2 to 5 years in prison before being handed off to the federal government for further prosecution. Drummond says he doesn't want to go after those seeking a new life. Instead, anyone who comes to Oklahoma with malicious intent, like the more than 9,000 illegal marijuana grow operators that have been shut down in the last year. Democratic Representative Forrest Bennett fears that message may not be clear in upcoming legislation.
Authors of the legislation will regularly say, well, that's not my intent. It doesn't really matter what your intent is once it's out of our hands.
At the Capitol, Kaylee Olivas, Oklahoma's News 4.
The Attorney General is hopeful the House and Senate will tread lightly with the legislation so the law doesn't end up in federal court like the one in Texas. We contacted the House Speaker's office for the details of his bill, but we're told he wasn't available today.